Well, good morning. A couple of days ago, I had the idea that I wanted to try to capture a transit of the ISS either in front of the sun or in front of the moon. And as I began to research this, I learned that, wow, that happens much more frequently than I expected, especially if you add in the Tiangong, or Chinese Space Station, or CSS. Then there's something flying in front of something every few days. And it just so happens that today there are two transits. This morning there's a solar transit by the CSS, and this evening there's a lunar transit by the ISS. And I'm going to try to capture both of those. This is my first time attempting this, so there may be a bit of a learning curve. So I've decided that I'm going to video this rather than try to photograph it. And to do that, I'm going to use my Canon R5 Mark II fitted with this RF 200 to 800 zoom. And if you're wondering what this contraption is here on the end of my lens, the only solar filter that I had was a 77mm filter. This lens takes a 95mm filter. So this is basically an adapter. I pretty much just made two foam donuts, one to hold the filter and one that fit around the end of the lens, and then glued those together. And the fact that the filter is smaller than the objective lens is not an issue, because I'll be zoomed all the way out to 800mm and it won't really have any effect on it. For my settings, I'm going to shoot at f9 with a shutter speed of 1/1000th of a second. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm shooting video, right? 30 frames a second. So ideally, my shutter speed should be twice my frame rate, or 60th of a second, to give you that natural looking blur. Well, in this case, I don't want any blur. I'm really after the still images, the still frames that I can pull from this video. So I'm going to use a fast shutter speed to minimize the blur of the CSS as it crosses the sun. I'm also going to be recording this in 8K resolution. So why 8K? Well, I'll export this video in 4K. And so if I drop an 8K video onto a 4K timeline in my editing software, I can double the image size with no loss of resolution. So that effectively makes my 800mm lens a 1600mm lens. This is supposed to happen at 7:58 and 28 seconds. And timing is critical. The duration of the transit is only 2.06 seconds. So basically 2 seconds and it's all over with. So I've got to be sure that I'm running when that happens. Okay, just under 2 minutes to go. 7:58, 1 minute, 28 seconds to go. 7:58. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start rolling on this camera. All right, I'm rolling there, and it's so bright out here that I don't know that I'll be able to see it. 7:59. Okay, here we go. Gosh, it's so bright. Still rolling. Okay, now it is 8 o'clock. So it should have happened by now. I didn't see it, but I'm really not surprised. It's so bright out here. Plus, it's going to be so tiny going across the face of the sun. I'm going to have to check the footage and see if I got it. So let's go do that. Okay, so hopefully, if this is a success, one down, one to go. Okay, I admit that was kind of anticlimactic. It was even smaller than I expected it to be. It was neat to be able to capture it, but I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it to try to extract any still frames from that. Fortunately, the ISS is about 3 times the size of the CSS, so hopefully it'll show up better. Now, I'm sure you've noticed I'm driving. This morning, I was able to shoot the solar transit from my backyard. Not so lucky this afternoon, but still not bad. I've got to drive about half an hour to get to near the center line of the viewing path. And so that's where I'm headed now. I do have one concern. This is supposed to happen this evening at 6:52. Sunset today is at 6:52. So it's not going to be dark. I'm not sure if it will be dark enough. This is going to be an illuminated transit, but I don't know how well it's going to show up that soon after sunset. I guess we'll find out in a little while. Now, if you want to try this and you're wondering where I'm getting all this information, there's a really good website called ISS Transit Finder. It tells you everything you need to know, and it's very easy to navigate, and I'll put a link to that in the description. Okay, let's get to this evening's viewing site. Okay, that was the 6:49 tone, so we've got 3 minutes, and looks good. We've got nice and clear. The moon is beautiful. So I am again shooting it at 800 millimeters in 8K resolution. I'm also going to shoot a wider shot at 200 millimeters to see if you can see it when it's coming across the sky. I don't know if it'll be dark enough for that, but I thought I would shoot a wide shot and see. So let's get ready here for the transit of the ISS. Right now, it's 6:51 and 20 seconds, 1 minute away. Okay, everybody's recording. (6:52), 20 seconds. Here we go, 20 seconds. 10 seconds. I do not see it. 5 seconds. There it is, there it is. I see it. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, perfect, perfect. That was great and absolutely perfect on time. Excellent, excellent. All right. Let me stop the wide angle shot, stop the tight shot. Okay, that was great. I can't wait to get back home and take a look at that. So if you've enjoyed this video, learned anything, or you just enjoyed watching it, be sure and hit the like button. That tells YouTube to recommend this to more viewers. And if you like this type of content, you might consider subscribing to my channel. But in any case, thank you for watching, and I hope that you'll be back soon for another video.